Welcome to my new moon energy update, which is the new moon in Cancer. First of all, what happened yesterday? I'm recording this actually on the day, 25th of June. And yesterday I was so energy sick and last night didn't sleep a wink. Anybody would have thought that this is a full moon. So it's definitely come in hot. I feel a little bit better today. But yesterday, the nausea, the anxiety was very, very high. Why? Because Cancer is all about the emotions. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of Cancer in my Aquarian chart. So I feel everything, absolutely everything. So yesterday, the portal was open and I was struggling. But there was a lot of medicine that came through yesterday, which I'm going to share with you, which is, this is a very powerful moon. It's a line in the sand, new moon. And, you know, we can't take anything which is not in alignment with our new world. It's not coming with. It's like going through the airport security and you've got like, you know, have you got anything sharp, madam? Yeah, and you pull out your penknife. You know what I mean? You've got any explosives? Yeah, what, this stick of dynamite? And am I not allowed to bring that through? Do you know what I mean? It's basically like that. No, you're now traveling light, you know? And when we get to this point of the game, gosh, we have to deal with our inner world. And that is what Cancer is all about. It's about the heart. It's about your emotions. It's about vulnerability. It's the opposite to fear, right? So you've got to feel what you've got to feel and you've got to go there now, because this new way now is about feeling so strong and supported and safe inside. This is very inner child stuff. To be able to experience a reality that gives you the same, right? So I'm just going to get into it with all the points that I've written down because I've got so much medicine to share. You know, today it's absolutely storming, raining. I mean, like, you can't write this stuff. It really is a day to kind of like go inside because, you know, I'm going outside, not with this weather, but it's symbolic in itself, isn't it? Right? So let's get into point number one. Okay, the physical feeling of nausea. And what have I got? Nausea, insomnia, anxiety, all of these things. So this is all part of, like, you know, the purging, as it were. So if you are feeling physical ailments like this, it's okay. We don't fight against them. We align with them. Acceptance, I've been saying it, acceptance is the key to joy. It's the gateway to joy, and it's the absolute love portal to you. And that's what this is all about. We're still in Joyous June. And this is what I'm loving about actually Joyous June is, on this new moon, we have our temple gathering tomorrow, by the way, FYI, which is about the chaos and the calm. And in a way, this is it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? This is what we're kind of like working through today with the Cancer moon. And I love the fact that my temple gatherings are always around the new moon time, which I only figured that out the other day. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So we've got a lot of newness coming through, which we're going to take into temple tomorrow with Hathor and Sekhmet. So sit with this video today, see what comes up, make your notes, sit with it, you know, accept it, and then bring it to temple tomorrow. So going back to your physical ailments, you know, it's okay. This is all about you kind of clearing the way to be able to come inside, like, and really address your inner child, because your inner child is the one that wants to play. It's your inner child that like wants the joy and, you know, all the good stuff. However, he or she sometimes is a little bit battered around the edges, and, you know, we need to address the fact that like maybe they weren't supported like they should have been in their younger years to be able to play, to be a full out child, right? So it's very much to do with that, and that comes with all the passion projects I've been speaking about. That comes with all the joy projects, just doing something because you love it. Do you know what I mean? Cuddle a cat, you know what I mean? Go and do a painting class, go and DJ, whatever you want to do. This feeds your inner child, and when she's happy or when he's happy and he's at play, then your inner world is just like, it's just peaceful. And that's really the practical gateway to such things, is to feed your inner child. Just have fun. But because of this big layer of intensity of grief and pain and sadness and all of the things, like I explained it the other day, you've got your higher self and you've got your human self. And in between here has been all of this grief and sadness and all this shit. And all you wanted to do is come together like that, but you've not been able to because of all of this in between, right? So that's what we've been reducing, clearing, transforming. So this energy can come and join the process into sacred union, right? Make sense? Probably. So now the next point, okay? Connecting with your inner world, right? It's all about safety. I've got safety, security. Your heart is your home. It's where you reside, right? Now, this is really quite a journey that I've been on for the last year or so, whereby with finding out that I had like adult ADHD, it's a thing. The reason everybody's finding out their ADHD is because we're all pure channels. The consciousness in the world is really rising high. We've all realized that we're either like on the spectrum severely or quite, or just a little, you know what I mean? But either way, you're on the spectrum. Everybody that is a channel that taps into spirit is on the spectrum. So I found out about all of this ADHD at the same time I kind of like moved into my perimenopause. It was very intense. End of last year, forget about it. Marie had left the building. I was like, wow, there was a lot going on, but it was this integration to knowing my truth. Now, I didn't give myself a label and say, oh, you're ADHD, let's medicate her and shame. She's shame. No, it was like, that's a superpower. I'm going to embody that. Perimenopause, a superpower, rise of my divine feminine power, finally, you know, and I kind of like picked the ball up and ran with it, even though it was very intense. But all of that intensity, until I stopped and listened to it and tapped into it and accepted it, that then opened the gateway for me to come inside. Prior to that, I was just in this spiral of doing, because I didn't feel safe enough to come inside. My inner child was not happy. She was not okay. So I didn't have access to come in here. So I was like, well, what's the next best thing? Let me just do, and control everything out there in my outer reality so I can feel safe. But of course, that doesn't last for very long, because in truth, your reality plays out your inner world. And if I'm in turmoil here and I got chaos and noise going on here and there's no room for me to come in, I'm actually, it's almost like going outside and hoovering up the dirt. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're never going to get there. Or going onto a beach and sweeping up the sand to make it nice, and you're never going to get there. Do you know what I mean? You're just going to be super tired. So there's no arriving. So that makes sense about the patterns that we have. And it's real simple. It's time to come inside. It's time to sit with our inner child. And it's time to really, really action those joy projects, because now we understand why it's so important, because it's all about the physical body. And that's what Cancer is showing us. The Cancer moon is showing us that it's like party is here. And until you embrace, embody, love this physical vessel that has held you up for so long, yet we've rejected it at every corner, like that's got to change now. So that's another thing I want to throw into the new moon mix, is maybe it's time for us to kind of like let go of this resentment towards our physical bodies. I know I've had a very difficult relationship with my body because I've never wanted to be in it. Drug addiction for 10 years had me up there. And then when I kind of like healed, escapism, addiction through exercise and whatever it might be, just so I didn't have to come here and live my life, too scared. And now I'm like, no, I'm coming into land. I'm loving my life. I get excited to get up in the morning and do a DJ mix in the morning and set my day off. This is a new thing because I've never felt that I could give to myself. Now, I've changed my inner world. I've understood it. I've started to tend to my inner child, which has allowed me to come in here, which allows me then to feed myself with joy. I'm able to receive. If you don't come in here and you don't address such things, and you don't kind of like embrace the vulnerability and the, you know, and kind of like address your safety issues, then of course nothing, you know, you're just going to stay out there, right? So it kind of makes sense. It's real simple, right? So now, letting go of external dependency, all right? No more doing to keep yourself safe. Now, I played out something very, very powerful yesterday, which I was already on it. I already saw what was playing out, and I was like, yeah, I understand this to be true. Now I'm going to bring the Heka codes into this video now. So if none of you know about, some of you don't know about the Heka codes. Heka is magic and medicine Egypt. It's like the manifestation power. And it's basically split into a threefold process. Intention plus action equals creation. That's the alchemical formula, right? So by going into the intention, you think of the idea, right? The vision comes, you channel it and you create it through vision. And then the second thing is the action phase, actioning what the idea is. And then the third stage is Heka, the massive manifestation of the idea, and you just sit and receive. I've now realized I've been stuck in the action phase because for the last, I don't know how long, I've been so pissed off that all I tend to do is build websites. All I do is build structure. I've got stuck in the structure building phase, and I never get to pick the fruits off the tree, because then I get to the end of the building the structure and then I go back in again and I'm looping. So I'm stuck in phase 2 of the alchemical formula. This played out massively. Yesterday, actually, I wrote I'm actually creating the Sekhmet pilgrimage, which I should be launching this week. So, of course, I channel wrote the whole website and I was in it, man. And then I went back to it yesterday and I realized none of it had saved. And I sat here like a 5-year-old and I wanted to cry. I felt physically sick because I didn't write any of it down. I rarely do. I just kind of like channel type. And I was like, man. And then I was angry. I was like, what the hell, spirit? Do you know what I mean? Come on, you know? And then as I took a beat and a breath, I was being shown the medicine. That the reason I'm lacking love in certain areas of my life is because I don't allow myself to come out of the building phase and the action phase and then chill out and then receive. So I was like, because I'm always creating something. An idea comes in and I'm like, let me build the structure because I'm good at that. So I had this huge awareness yesterday that I was like, oh, that's doing. That's constantly doing. So now I need to actually sit back and go, Marie, you've built all the pyramids. You've done all the things. Now you just got to receive. So that was a huge lesson for me. And this is very much Cancer New Moon stuff. Stop doing and stop building and just chill out, get inside and receive. Period, right? So there may be something similar going off in your life to do with that, right? So now, knowing what you know now, okay, how are you going to move beyond this new moon differently? So I now know that I've been stuck in that second phase of the Heka formula. So now I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I'm going to sign off on it today and I'm going to sit back and I'm drawing a line under it. No more building things. And now I need to receive more than anything. There's nothing else to do. I can see the error of my ways in a way. And I'm now coming inside. And because I feel safer inside, because I've been feeding my inner child with DJ mixing and all the fun things. And now she's getting happier. Now I'm more happy to come home inside. I'm now happy to spend more time at home. And that's kind of like what I'm saying here. It's like, do you feel safe at home? Because home is where the heart is, right? So listen to this. Do you feel safe at home? Do you do so much so you avoid coming home? It's a bit like having a shitty home life, taking all the shifts at the cafe so you can work all the time and spend less time at home. Do you know what I mean? It's that vibe. So wouldn't you rather be at home in a place that's like comfortable and just, divine and lovely and all other things? And you feel supportive and you feel happy there and you feel safe, Let's take less shifts at the cafe. Let's come home. So that's what the Cancer Moon is going to be doing. It's going to be addressing your inner child. It's going to be addressing every single thing that is emotional, nothing else but emotion. So how do you feel? How do you feel about where you're at? How do you feel about your life? What needs to go? It's real simple. Mother Mary says it. If it don't feel like joy, let it go. She says it a lot more eloquent than I do, but you get the gist. If it's not a joy thing, then it's not for you. Period. And don't be scared or fearful or get in your head about the fact that, well, if I tell them that I don't want to do that, or if, you know what I mean, the what ifs. No, if that's the conversation you're having after you've made the decision, I'm not going to do that ... because then you're coming from a fear space, right? But if you're kind of going, I'm not doing that. End of. Full stop. Because that's joy. That makes me super happy. Do you know what I do? And I'm going to close this video on a little bit of a tool that I use every day. Every day, I come up here, I write down all of the things that I need to do today. It's my juice list. Choose your juice. And I write down all the things that I want to do. And I look down my list and I go, what's popping out to me today? Look, they all need to be attended to, let's face it. But I see on my list which one makes me go, oh, I want to do that. That makes me happy. And I go and do that. And then once I've completed on that, I look down the list. And if there's only one more thing that I'm going to get joy out of doing today, I do that. Everything else, I'm like, meh, I won't do that. I leave it. I am the filter to my joy. If I let those other points come in, then I've basically flip moded my whole day. I've not supported myself. We haven't understood this assignment. And I'm basically repeating what I've done before. So my question to you, and I'm going to close it here. What are you going to do differently with this new moon in Cancer? How are you going to feed your soul with joy? How are you going to allow yourself to feel joy with the things that you choose in your day? What is it that you need to give your sacred no to? And that just allows the sacred yes to go, wah! So that's it. That's it and that's all. So with that, I'm going to sign off here. And I'm going to see you guys in the temple tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Africa time. There will be a recording. There's always recording. And we're going to be working with Hathor, with the chaos and the calm, with Sekhmet as well. And we're going to put all of this stuff into some kind of practical form. And yeah, and this week's going to be epically powerful because just because it is. And that's it, and that's all. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in Temple tomorrow. Peace.